Okay, this is our spinal conditioning program. We're going to start off, first of all, you're just going to spread your legs out so it's a little more than hips width apart. You're going to keep your toes pointed straight ahead, real important. Now what we want to do is we want to open up your chest. Thumbs are opening up. Squeeze those shoulder blades together, real important to keep that flat back. You're going to bend and hinge from the hip here. It's going to bend forward, keep your knees bent slightly, but what's important is not to let your knees go forward. So keep it back. So you should be feeling this through your rear end and keeping the back flat. So now you're going to come up and you're going to stretch straight out and you're going to stretch high. Don't move anything. And you stretch here, you should be feeling it loading up in that low back. The low back should really be feeling that right now. And you hold it for a moment. Now we're going to do some good mornings here. We're going to hinge back like this, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and you're going to hinge from the hip here, straight back. Real important to keep the straight back. You're going to feel it through the hamstrings here, and through this area here on both sides, but you got to keep that back flat. You're going to do about 10 to 15 of those to start off this morning. Okay, so you finish up. You get right back into that stance. It's important to keep your flat back and you open up the chest. Now once again, you're going to stretch up over your head. Now in this one, you're going to point your thumbs down, reach up, thumbs down, hold it for a moment, and now you're going to bend straight over, touch the ground, and now you don't want your knees to go in front of your legs, but now you're going to press back. You're going to press the knees back, and you're going to really feel it through the hamstrings, and you want to press hard and feel it all up through this area here. And it's okay if your legs shake a little bit, it just means it's working that area. You do that for a moment, then you come back and grab your shins and walk yourself up to your knees, and now you're going to go flat back and open up your chest again. Tighten up, don't bend that low back, keep it flat. Now you're going to go ahead and reach straight up over your head again and reach up high. Then what you want to do is squeeze the inside of your legs and reach a little higher just for a moment and relax. Now we're going to do a lunge stretch. You go ahead and you lunge forward with the right leg, so the right knee. So you lunge forward, you go ahead, you want to reach up over your head, stretch up to the sky, interlace here. Now you're stretching up. Now important on the lunge stretch is that you got to keep this knee from going forward so it stays back. You want to keep the back leg straight. You want your toes pointing forward. Don't let them toe in or out. Now you go ahead and you stretch back, reach back, and you're going to bend now towards the bent side. Stretch up. Now when you do this, you hold it for a moment. You should feel it all the way up this side, all the way down to the hip. Now you're going to go ahead and you're going to start stepping up off your toe like Dr. Aaron's doing there. It's real critical to keep your knee straight, and then all the movement's going to come from the ankle. That way it'll start releasing all the tissue from your ankle all the way up through your hip, all the way up through your shoulder. You do about 10 of those. Then you come back to neutral here. You bring your arms back, you open up the chest, you're going to hinge forward now from the waist. Now real important when you hinge forward that you do not let this knee go forward. It's only coming from your chest, flat back forward. Now you reach out and try to reach out straight in front of you as far as you can go. Now you reach up a little higher. Now from this point you're going to go down a little bit, about 6 inches. Now you're going to rotate towards the bent side. So you rotate from this bent side, you're either going to do oscillations like Dr. Aaron's doing, or hold it like I'm doing. Do about 10 oscillations. All the movement's coming from rotation. The bottom part of your body is silent. You come back to this point, you load up, we're going to do some good mornings here. So you squeeze that back, flat back. Now when you do this, you should be feeling it all coming from this butt area, hamstring. You do not bend the back or it's going to be worthless. After you do 10 of those, you come right back up, you open up the chest, squeeze together. Hold it for a moment, and then we're going to switch legs. Now you're going to do lunge on the left leg, and you're going to stretch straight up, open up, and you're going to bend towards the bent knee now. Once again, the critical points on this, you do not go forward with your knee, you keep the back leg straight, make sure the toes are straight ahead, and from this angle, it shouldn't be collapsing in. Stay straight. So now you're going to go ahead and start stepping off that right ankle, and you're going to press up slowly 10 times. All the movements coming from that ankle. You should be feeling it. You're going to feel a lot in that hip. You're going to feel it release all the way up, some different parts of the body. You do 10 of those. Now after you finish 10, you come back down, you open up the chest and hinge forward. Now you want to make sure, flat back here, and all that pressure is loading up. When you do that, it's loading up on that hip area on that side. Then you go ahead and reach out in front of you, reach up high, hold it there, come back down about 6 inches, hold it. Now you can rotate towards the bent side. Now once again, you can rotate and oscillate like 10 times like Dr. Aaron's doing, or hold it statically like me. It's real silent except for the rotation in your body. When you finish that, you're going to come back, you're going to load up, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Now we're going to do the hinging from the hip again. And you're going to go straight forward hinge. You got to make sure that the knee's not collapsing inward. Keep it straight over here. You want to make sure that's all really flat here, because it's all coming from here. See how tight that is? All from the buttocks and the hip. Then when you finish 10, you come right back up. You're going to reach up over your head, come back, open up, squeeze together. Now on this one, we just want to open up and try to pull the thumbs back down low and pull your shoulder blades down towards the ground, and hold that. And relax. Now, we want you to spread your legs out as far as you can. Open up as far as you go. Toes are pointed straight ahead. You do not want your knees going in front. You're leaning back. As you lean back, you get flat back and you open up your chest here. So it's all hinging from the hip. From this, what we're going to do is we're going to have you bring your arms up, lean straight out as far as you can in front of you. So you're really getting a stretch here as you push back this way. Don't let those knees go in front again. Now then we're going to load back up the spine. You're going to do some good mornings. Do these slow, and I like to just go hinge all from the hip. If you're bending your back at all, it's not going to work. It's not working there. So you keep the knees straight. You should be feeling that. Now if you come all the way up, you may be feeling it in the groin more as far as a stretch, but you're going to get most of the work from your buttocks and your hamstrings. Come back open up the chest. Now you're going to reach out in front of you again. Now when you're reaching out, you want to reach out far, but stick your rear end backwards. So you're getting a pull coming this way and that way. Just flat back still. Now you're going to come down, reach, and then just collapse down to the ground. Now we're going to get some rotations. So you're going to reach up, right hand down on the ground here. And you're going to reach up and open up the chest. And you're going to rotate. You're going to do 10 of these. Now when you do these rotations, it's real important not just to move the shoulder, but you got to move this whole torso this way. You do about 10 of them. So you do 10 of those, reach up. When you finish 10, you go ahead and switch arms. Now you're going to do the right side. Open up. Now when you're doing this, you have a tendency to lean forward. Make sure you lean back as you're going up. Lean back on your heels. Lean back on the heels. You do 10 of those. Good. So now you come back here, you walk yourself up to your knees, and you want to flat back. Now do not bend your back. You open up, squeeze the shoulder blades hard, you press the knees back, you reach straight out in front of you. And Now you're going to go ahead and load up. We're going to do 10 more good mornings, all from the hip, all from the hip. So you're going to hinge from that hip area. So it's coming from the back. This is staying flat. Do not curl it. Keep those knees behind the toes there. So after you finish 10, you're going to load back up, open up. Now you're going to press back over your head, reach up, hold that. Now you're going to squeeze palms together, elbows together. Real important, you squeeze your palms really hard together, the fingertips, elbows are touching, and then you reach up as far as you can. If these elbows come separate as you come up, the exercise is not working. You gotta keep the elbows together. So you keep that going, you do about 10 to 15 of these. Finish that, you come back open, load up the spine again, open up. Then you come back up again, reach up high. You're gonna feel it in that low back. Keep going, flat back. Now, put the palms together, elbows together. And once again, keep the elbows tight. This is really good for opening up the shoulders and back. So you do that 10 times, open up again, and then stand up straight. Now what you want to do is we're going to end it with, we have one more thing. Step forward to right leg. It's a lunge stretch again. Same thing, you're going to stretch out here, open up, reach up high, bend towards that bent leg. You should feel it all through this area here, all the way down. If you feel like you want to get a few more of the off the toes, do about 5 of those. And then you finish it up and switch sides. Lunge forward. Once again, keep the knee from collapsing in. Do not let the knee go forward. Keep the back knee straight. Keep the toes pointed forward. And if you want to get a few more of the